What's happening, boxing fans? It is Dr. Bring It. Well, here we are, Wednesday, which is only a few days after the whole Kobe Bryant incident and tragedy. I definitely wanted to let the dust settle a little bit. I think the world is still shocked about the news. The truth is, I was never a diehard Kobe Bryant fan. However, it's hard not to respect a lot of these great players, especially in the NBA. I mean, this is really in all of sports, but the NBA being the most successful sports marketing company in the entire world. And then you couple that with the fact that that basketball is loved by, my countrymen, the Philippines. It makes it really, really that much harder to kind of comprehend what's going on. Now, I'm not saying that just because I'm Filipino that I'm taking it harder than anyone else on the planet. However, the Filipinos, there is basketball life in the Philippines. The Philippines has sort of adopted the game of basketball as their national sport, really. I mean, I don't know any Filipinos out there who don't play basketball. Basketball has always been an outlet, kind of like a beam of hope for the Filipino people. And I mean, I personally have a little, I can't even call it a basketball court in my backyard, but I grew up with one. Slab of concrete with a basketball hoop. If you want to call that a court, then that's what it is. But so the whole thing about Kobe Bryant, one has to just really wonder why we see young people. I mean, he was 41 years old. And you just have to wonder why we see people come and go like this. Is it really all for a reason? Is there a master plan out there? You have to really wonder about that. Who's really watching above? Is God really watching above and using people as instruments of some sort to kind of keep ourselves in check? You have to wonder about that stuff. And I know that many people are still scratching their heads, and they're going to be wondering for as long as you'll remember. Like, again, God willing, if we live for years and years and years for the next several decades, we're going to be wondering like, yeah, I remember that time when Kobe Bryant had gone down in that helicopter crash. I remember that time, how sad it was. And we were all wondering what happened there? Like, why did this happen? So I don't know much about Kobe Bryant, but I believe that the entire world now is going to be watching a lot of Kobe Bryant videos about the stuff that he says about hard work, about loving the family, loving his daughters. And we'll learn more and more about Kobe Bryant and his character, at least his character that was public. We'll learn more and more about, and we're going to continue to be inspired by his story, and more importantly about his work ethic and what he chose to do with his time. Having only 41 years to do it. I mean, he had an extraordinary life at 41 years old. And based on what I'm hearing, he had the support system from his dad. And he had the opportunity to to be able to work on himself and work on his craft without having to worry about maybe the regular struggles that a lot of us have. But regardless of that, I think the message is that we as people, as individuals, despite the circumstances of which we live, we have the power to be able to make a difference. We have the ability to make ourselves great at whatever it is that we want to do. We just have to get out of bed and pursue it. We have to believe that we ourselves are capable of accomplishing so much. So as long as we continue to work on it, we have to get up every single day and work on ourselves and make ourselves valuable. I know you probably, see so many videos out there of, inspiration and, motivation and all this stuff, and it sounds so cliche at this point. But the fact is, at the end of the day, we all seek for happiness within, like in our hearts. Can we sit down in one spot, close our eyes, and feel peace and happiness and contentment? Do we have that? And if we don't have that, we have to ask ourselves why. What is preventing us from being happy every single day? Did something happen long time ago or relatively recent? Like, did something happen? Some sort of a traumatic experience happen? Are we undergoing a lot of abuse at home? Have we gone into the deep end and started dabbling in substance abuse? Like, have we gone that route? And now, for some reason in our minds, like, we cannot match that type of satisfaction or happiness because we've felt that happiness, that synthetic happiness that we'll never be able to experience organically or naturally. Is that what happened? Like, we have to ask ourselves these questions. A lot of people out there have endured a lot of really painful experiences in life. So we have to really ask ourselves this question. So when we see these celebrities out there, I know that let's be real here. There's millions of people around the world that are dying every single day, not from helicopter crashes, just from not having food and water. There's millions of people across the world at this moment that are experiencing or have caught the flu. But let me tell you, people are dying just from hunger every single day. No clean water. Basic infection, someone catches like a cold and then it turns into pneumonia because there's no antibiotics. So I don't want to take away from the tragedy that happened with Kobe Bryant, because it is absolutely tragic. Him, as well as 8 other people on that helicopter, they also have lives as well. But of course, we can't help but bring Kobe Bryant down to being human also. He was also a dad, a husband, a friend, a son, a brother. And he left behind his family. So it's very, very natural for us to bring him down on like a human level kind of reminding us that even the superstars out there, they also, they are susceptible to things that we all have to face one day, which is death. So anyway, there's a lot of things going on in my mind. I'm sure a lot of you probably share the same sentiment. You know I probably rambled a bit and kind of gone off on a tangent, but these are just some of the things that I'm sure that you as well are thinking of. Like, why do these things happen? But you know what? Let this be a reminder to us all, and allow it to, allow it for us to question ourselves and examine ourselves, so that we can decide what kind of life we want. What kind of life do we want? Because we, as our own people, we can decide ourselves the kind of life that you want to live. We can decide that ourselves. But we need to actually take a step back sometimes, which is why like meditation and prayer is very, very important. Take a moment, sit down, close your eyes, and think about a life that you want to have. That should be your focus. Let that be your like visualization every single day. Don't let the pains of the past dictate what you do moving forward. And I know that's a that's easier said than done, because a lot of us have endured some painful experiences in life. However, we as people can break through that. If we think of a life that we want to have and continue to project that emotion and that feeling every single day as many times as possible. Because that's the kind of life that you want to move towards. You don't want the past to continue to control you every single day. Think about the life that you want. And I bet you the quality of your life will continue to move towards it every single day that you believe it. So those are my thoughts for the day. Again, not really a Kobe Bryant tribute video, but more so just wanted like kind of a one-on-one feel for the video, to kind of allow ourselves to think about the kind of life that we want to have moving forward. So chime in. Let me know what you guys think about this whole Kobe Bryant, tragedy, and looking forward to sharing some thoughts with you in our forum. Take care. Be safe.